I came upon a group last week of what appeared to be very good players, and there was one gentleman in a bunker that's about 140 yards or so from our 7th green, and I saw him hit it, to maybe a foot from the hole. He just turned to me and said, "That is the best sand I've ever played out of." My name's Tom Brodeur. I'm the golf course superintendent here at TPC Boston, and I've been here, this is in Norton, Massachusetts. I've been here since 2001. Beginning with construction and then right on through completion of construction, opening, and we've operated the club now for 11 years. In 2003 and 4, we had to do an architectural remodel of 13 greens. In 2006 and 7, we did the same thing again, and we built 7 new greens at that point, and we also did remodel all of our bunkers. Carmine from Holliston offered us the opportunity. He purchased a fracturing machine and offered us the opportunity to create an angular sand from a natural material that's local. One of the things about the angular sands that are available throughout the U.S. is they come generally from the central part of the country. They're silica sands and they're very white. So in this part of the country, they don't look as natural as the ones that come from right around here. So he took 3mm or 2mm and 3mm pebbles and crushed them for us, and he was able to screen and wash them in a way that matched very closely and maybe even improved slightly upon what was available from the Midwest. And because the color was much more in tune with what we have here, it's more of a buff versus the bright white, it was a great fit for us. Most of the sands in this part of the country are sub-rounded, and by making an angular sand for us, as you might imagine, that naturally kind of fits together. The other thing that they were able to do is widen the particle size range so that you have a number of fines all the way up to very coarse material, and as you might imagine, that normally kind of adheres to one, it makes it more adherent to itself. So when we get rains and that sort of thing, we don't have nearly as much washout as you might expect with a sub-rounded sand. So that's kind of where the biggest part of the maintenance improvement is. In terms of playability, here's what I will tell you. I think it's very difficult. Bunkers anymore have become an area of focus for many clubs and people who provide golf playing conditions, so to speak. So when we first put the sand in, one of the first comments I heard was from the staff about how much easier and better they were to rake. And I've done it, I rake myself just to see what they were talking about, and it's just the weight of the sand just makes the rake run through it very smoothly, so it's really easy to get a smooth surface out of it. From a playability standpoint, I get a lot of comments positive from the membership on how playable they are, and it's hard to be, if it's a dry stretch or a wet stretch, there's always going to be some variation, but we get few, if any, complaints, and we get a lot of compliments. If you have good water and a sand supplier that can produce time after time the same products with the same consistency, you really have two things that agronomically make it a winning situation.